The next hypothetical trade, this one actually, when I was doing the searching, this actually has more traction from Mavericks fans. Mavericks fans actually want this trade, which is I would do this trade in a heartbeat, but I want to get your opinion on it. So in this trade scenario, our Sixers would trade Tobias Harris, Furkan Korkmaz, Shake Milton to the Dallas Mavericks for Davis Bertans, Reggie Bullock, and Tim Hardaway Jr. But Tim Hardaway's coming off I think an ACL or an Achilles injury, something like a bad injury.
Foot or ankle or something. Yeah.
Was it ankle? Okay.
Foot or ankle, one of them. Yeah, it wasn't ACL.
Yeah. So obviously we know what Tim Hardaway's done in the NBA. So what would you guys do this trade? Well, how would you grade this? Because Mavericks fans actually want this trade badly.
I see why they want it. No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, you wouldn't do it?
For the Sixers?
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't do that.
It fixes our depth problems.
Yeah, but you taking away a starter. What starter are you bringing in a starter that plays the position that everybody loves, the player everybody loves?
Yeah.
You're not bringing in a starter at the same position. So who's going to play Tobias' position?
Yeah, that was my only concern, really, because you're fixing our depth problems with this. I get it. You're giving us the three. Bullock can start at three. He's a pretty good defender. He can hit open shots, good wing shooter. Hardaway, you'd either start at two and bring Maxey off the bench, or you'd go still start Maxey if you want to and bring Hardaway off the bench. Either way, your sixth man would be damn good at that point.
Yes. I think on the perimeter we set.
Yeah.
But and then you got a big gap right there.
Is Bertans your starting four? You're getting paid like it. That's for sure.
He's not. I mean, he for what he's supposed to do is bring the shooting. Yes, that's there. But I don't necessarily see him as a starting four with us, because the shooting, he makes shots, but he hasn't made them like they expected with the Mavericks. Mm-hmm. It definitely is not going to help us on the rebounding. You all said we got killed in the rebounding.
No, it would not help us in the rebounding.
Not going to help us from that standpoint. I just don't see how I don't see how this move takes us to getting closer to getting the championship. I don't see it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
it's an even trade. I mean, it's even. We're no better at worst. I mean, at best to me.
Now, what if I told you, because we would have the mid-level exception, we'd have the $10 million to spend on somebody. What if I told you we got Bobby Portis to be our four with Bertans off the bench?
I would like that. That's why I said sometimes it depends on what else goes into it.
Yeah, what the wheels in motion are.
I would probably more inclined to say yes with that, because Bobby is a guy that can play with Joel and behind Joel, and he can make a shot and he can rebound, he can defend. Great guy for that position. Yes, I would take it then.
So then you'd have like what a Harden at one, let's just say Harden at one, Hardaway. That's funny. Hardaway at two, Bullock at three, Portis at four, Embiid at five, and then you'd have Maxey off the bench. Obviously fill-in players. We have, a $5 million exception, and then you'd have Bertans at four. That's a pretty good just two benchers right there. Yeah, I don't. It's not.
I mean, Boston's really doing it with 7 players.
That's true. I mean, I know it's been a bit. Someone wrote an article recently about how targeting defenders this playoffs has been huge. Like Boston targeted someone at all times. Miami tried targeting Boston's worst defender all the time whenever they could.
Yeah, I mean,
that's have someone to target on that starting five. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's always been in basketball. It's trying to target someone on the defensive end, just like they try to target them when we're on offense. You want a guy you want certain guys to shoot. You want certain guys to defend. That's strategy. That's playing basketball. Mm. That's what happens in the playoff series when you play a team consecutively. You have those days off. It's called making adjustments. That's all it is. So it's not new to the game.
But I feel like with the recent, in the last like 10 years or so, 10, 15 years with the super team building, I feel like they I feel like that became big again because you had such top heavy lineups where like 3 megastars and then 2, you know what I mean? Like, and then I feel like, oh, okay, so you're gonna give 3 top 10 players. Well, that other dude's not, and we're gonna go at him every time now. And then you start seeing kind of the Bostons and even Golden State now. They went away from the Durant. Now they have like more of like a balanced lineup of a bunch of guys who could put it on you now. And Boston kind of has the same thing too. They're not that top heavy.
I mean,
they
have main guys, but they still have, guys that are not considered that aren't considered, great offensive players. I mean, both teams still have that. What I think they've gone to is they have guys that fit their role and they're playing it well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. I mean, they have guys that are playing their role well. I mean, people still let Marcus Smart get wide open shots, but he's really good at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they won't guard Looney out there. They let other guys. I mean, Golden State has a collective more shooters that you got to play on the perimeter, but there's certain guys that they still, don't guard as much. They don't really challenge Draymond. They wasn't really challenging Lil G. They don't challenge Looney. So it's guys out there that they still play like that. But Draymond Green, for example, knows how to play basketball, so he can still be effective in different ways.
Yeah, I don't think this is I don't mind the deal. I mean, it's like okay, we'll see what they do with other stuff. It's not like this is complete after this. I don't think this is a Morey kind of deal, though. Morey, as he's proven it, likes to go for the biggest name possible and then fill in the gaps later on. This doesn't sound like a very Morey deal to me, but it's interesting. It's going the other way. It's filling in the gaps with the trade and then, helping get one more piece via free agency. So it's interesting to see that. It definitely helps our depth, but it doesn't give us that top end I know Morey covets. So interesting.